Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Bruce. Bruce. We're live. I'm still trying to figure this thing out, dude.
That was great. Oh my god.
We are live. The stream is not starting soon. The stream is starting now. We are live today on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Twitter.
What's going on? Why are we? What are we doing here? We're looking like Matt Nagy right now. Come on now, we gotta figure this shit out.
Bruce, if you ever compare me to Matt Nagy or Dan Orlovsky, which you almost did before the show, I don't want to hear it.
That's the second time.
I don't want to hear it.
Hey, dude,
Bruce,
I got a camera.
new setup today. You look great.
Isn't it weird?
You look great, buddy.
I thought like this would be an appropriate setup too. Like we have like the Ditka wine bottle right here set up with like the Chicago shits right here. We have like the Stacey King bobblehead right here. It actually still works, but I got to get a new battery for it. It's actually pretty badass though. Don't what was the saying? If you're scared, go buy a dog, Matt Nagy. We got Duff beer for the Simpsons, the Chicago Bears like thing, whatever, and then the Chicago flag. I don't know if you see that Chicago flag right here, but you know what? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I won't.
We'll get into plenty.
I won't put that down though. How you doing, man? What's up?
I am doing very well. It's been a long week. I'm tired. I have to go to work after this, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Cheers.
But yeah, it's been a good week. Green Bay Packers won when they they should have. The officiating sucked. We'll get into plenty of that. Because I have a little NFL officiating rant. Not the biggest fan of them this season so far. Not that I understand that normally you're not really a fan of the officials. You either don't notice them or you notice them and you're not a fan.
Right.
But they've been bad, and it's bad across the board.
I would venture out to say that like the NFL officiating as a whole, like you're saying, has been shit this year.
Yes.
I would say that new rule with taunting has been shit this year. Because whatever you do, like you can't do anything, and immediately it's a flag. It's a flag. So, what game was it that the ref threw the flag and hit the ball and the punt in the air? You see that?
I didn't see that.
No, it was actually really funny. So there was a punt. I don't know what game it was. Maybe Richie, maybe you can look that up for us. That'd be awesome. But there was a punt that was in the air, and he was going to catch the ball, and the back judge behind him was throwing a flag. He's like, and no joke, the flag hit the ball as he was coming down to catch it. It was absolutely fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And he fumbled it. I don't know what the ruling was. I didn't see any of that or whatever, but I don't even remember what game that was. So if any of y'all on Twitch or whatever know what game that was, that'd be awesome too. One of y'all find it. But yeah, it was fun.
Somebody tell us.
Somebody tell me what the fuck does it say? I don't know, whatever.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, man, like, so I'm glad to hear that you're doing well.
Yes.
The Packers surprised us both because we both bet against them last week.
Yes.
And I tweeted at you. I guess we'll start with the Packers, to be honest with you, because that's a little bit more positive to start off
Yes.
with. I tweeted at you, and the thing that I said to you was, an inspired Rodgers is a scary Rodgers. And, when I saw him elated when Crosby hit that field goal, my first thought was, as a Bears fan, I'm like, shit. But as a bettor, I'm like, sweet. So, what's your thoughts on all of that, man?
Listen, exactly what you said. A elated Rodgers is a terrifying Rodgers. He finally looked like he cared. He finally appeared to be the leader of the football team again. And everything I've been ripping on him for the last few weeks, he seemed to have fixed. That was a game that on paper they should have won. Through all the statistics during the game, they should have won. But because of penalties, some unfortunate turn of events just throughout the game, Devontae Adams being out for a little bit, whatever that may be, they just weren't in a great position going into the fourth quarter. Their third quarter sucked. Great first half. But again, 17-0. NFL officials don't call a very clear intentional grounding call on the 49ers. And then all of a sudden, after a 17-0 lead, it's 17-14 before Aaron Rodgers touches the ball again. And I tweeted that. When they were at that goal line, I said it's going to be 17-14 before Aaron Rodgers gets the ball in his hand again. And it was. And they only had one drive in the third quarter. So when you do that, it's going to be a lot closer game than it should have been. So the Packers won. They got out of it alive. They got a signature win that they can kind of build their season off of. Mason Crosby got Special Teams Player of the Week for the NFC, which is great to see. And just on a base level, what Aaron Rodgers did, getting them down 37 seconds left, that's incredible. Getting them from the 25 to, I believe, the 49ers 31, something like that. That's just incredible. So we were able to get that done. We were able to escape with a victory. And now looking at the next 4 games, Packers have 4 pretty winnable games coming up. So I could very easily see them rolling into the hardest part of their schedule at 6-1. And if they can do that, when they roll into that hard part of the schedule where they have to face the NFC West and the good teams in the AFC North, makes me feel a lot better. So as long as Aaron,
go ahead. Sorry.
What's up?
No, I would say what I love about that is the completely different narrative here in Chicago about the stretch that we're about to go on, because there is, I don't want to say a likelihood, but there is a possibility of the Bears going into the next 6 games, losing the next 6 games. They're legitimately a chance of them. And you know who I feel, and I'm sorry, I'm totally ruining the Packer vibe right now going, but you know who I feel the most bad for? Two guys on this team that I feel the most bad for. Justin Fields and Roquan Smith.
Really?
Yes, 100%. Because
I get Justin Fields. Why Roquan Smith?
Because you have an all-pro, arrow pointing up, middle linebacker. It's just an absolute beast. And no, he wasn't all-pro last year. Should he have been? Yes, but that's besides the point. We talked about that before, and even you agreed with that. And a young middle linebacker who was willing to bust his ass and tear shit up. And he was all over the field against the Browns. That defense played actually well against that team. They played well. You can't blame a $12 million offensive line going against a $200 million defensive line in the Browns. You can't expect a $12 million offensive line against a $200 million defensive line to sustain drives and keep your defense off the field. The defense played fine. I'm totally okay.
26 points is okay.
Other than Eddie Jackson, I'm sorry, he's still garbage. They overpaid for him. They should have not tossed out money at him like it was nothing. But I digress. Anyway, the narrative though that we keep seeing here in Chicago and as Bears fans that we keep seeing is it's a continuation of the same shit that we thought in 2009, 2010, maybe not 10, because what was that? That was the Jay Cutler. What year was it that they played in the NFC Championship again?
2010. It was the 2009 season, but it was
right.
January of 2010.
Right. So ever since 2011, it's been the same narrative. And it's funny because I'll see my Facebook memories pop up, and especially now during the season or the beginning of the season, it's just all shit talk. It's from 5 years ago, fire everyone, to 6 years ago, fire everyone, or to see what the hell. There was another memory of Mike fucking Glennon starting over Trubisky when Trubisky was a rookie, and I was pissed off. They were playing the Packers and they were up 17-0 at the end of the first quarter, and no joke, it was me doing this, taking my remote to the TV off. Just because it's a continued trend. And I'm totally raining on the Packer love that you were about to give to them, and I'm cool with it. But I just want to give my 2 cents real quick and say how the narrative in Chicago is absolute trash, and end of story. All right, continue your Packer love. I'm going to drink my beer. And
to kind of tie it together, I had a very similar feeling week 1. So I understand maybe at a micro level what you're going through. Very, very micro level. I understand.
1 year, one week for you, a decade for me.
Exactly. And that is the difference in the NFL. There's a reason that the first 2 or 3 picks in every draft are usually quarterbacks, unless you have a extremely good talent like a Penei Sewell or something like that who can maybe jump in. But even then, this year, he was supposed to go top 3. He fell all the way to the Lions, which, by the way, he's been doing great. But that's why the quarterback position is so important. And that's why with Aaron Rodgers looking complacent the first few weeks, the Packers were not the same football team.
Have you seen the grades so far this year on top rookies?
Yeah, the Packers have the top corner, the top center, and top 3 guard. I want to say for rookies.
I wasn't even talking about the Packers. You gotta get off the Packers.
I mean, hey, you brought it up, so
I could have said something there, but man, I thought I had it pulled up right away. But what I think it was, either the Jaguar. I want to say Jaguars, but I don't think that's the case. It was like the Chargers left tackle is the top rated rookie currently in the NFL. Excuse me. Do I think it's
Chargers?
Was it?
No, I think it's Penei Sewell. I think it's Penei Sewell for the Lions.
I don't know. This is where we need the producer to do something. Sorry, buddy.
We're asking Richie to do a lot already. PFF top rookies 2021. Let's see what we got so far.
That's good. Wait, real quick.
Top rated players through week 3.
We can go behind the scenes real quick. So just so you guys know, Richie, who you guys met last week, has been obviously busting his ass and doing some great work for us. And he ended up I shouldn't even say us, he's doing great work for our show, his show too, because this is his baby too now. So what's funny about it though is we have a private chat going and that he can communicate with us on the side. And he's like, sorry, I haven't paid attention. What now?
I got it. It's okay, Richie. I got it now. So top offensive tackle through week 3 is Samuel Cosmi for the Washington football team. However, Rashawn Slater, Washington.
Who did I see?
But Rashawn Slater is very close behind him. He's the rookie tackle for the Chargers.
Okay, so that's
very close behind.
That's who I saw as ranked number 1 right now. And it's obviously all subjective depending on the website that you go to.
Yeah, and it's objective depending on when on Sunday you see it, because somebody might have not played yet, whatever.
True.
The one thing, I don't know if you saw this, speaking of rookies, did you see the play, and I just saw this on Twitter, week 1, when Dallas was playing Tampa, there was a play where for some reason Micah Parsons, the rookie linebacker / defensive end, was playing center.
I like him, by the way.
He's incredible.
I hate the Cowboys.
He's played 3 different positions so far in 3 different weeks on defense: outside linebacker, middle linebacker, and edge rusher.
Yeah, dude, I like him a lot. And
yeah,
dude, they got themselves a guy right there, man. They got themselves a guy.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Bruce, I believe it's time for a Bears rant.
Oh my God, yes. All right, so real quick. So Matt Nagy comes out earlier in the week. I'm sorry, the Chicago Bears PR department comes out saying that they're going to not have the quarterbacks talk this week. And yeah, you saw that, right? So first of all,
no. They're not having anyone available until
tomorrow, yeah. So, but you know what, though? So did you hear this, though? Matt Nagy now is going to speak tomorrow.
Oh, boy. Wow. That'll be good.
Just shut up. There's a saying, less is more. Shut up. Just shut up. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Richie. Oh, yeah. Chicago shits, guys. Hey, I got the toilet out, guys. I got the toilet out right here. It's right next to my Ditka wine bottle that I'm not going to open until the Bears win a Super Bowl. I've had it for 3 years now, three and a
It would
half
be
years.
60.
It could be. Shit, it might be. Shit, I might be enjoying this with my grandkids. Anyways, the biggest thing though that like I took away from the Matt Nagy press conference, and like this is like breaking, absolutely fucking nothing. There was absolutely nothing said. There was nothing shared. There was no information given that wasn't making me think that like, oh, all right, so we're gonna start Andy Dalton. Okay. There was a part of me that genuinely thought, okay, they're going to start Foles. And like
I want them to.
But here's the thing, though. They like this past Tuesday, they had 3 quarterbacks come to Hallis Hall to actually try out. I don't even know if you knew that either. And like one of them was like was Ramsey. I can't remember the other 2 though. But I don't know if they didn't sign them. But like maybe you just needed like a warm body. And nothing against those guys because they've gotten a lot further than I ever did get in any kind of athletic endeavor I've ever tried. But the fuck, dude! Like, it's so when I heard that. Okay, that's a little bit of the tea leaves like being dropped out there, and then you have Matt Nagy saying that there's not going to be a quarterback that talks on the Wednesday press conference, which is scheduled to talk on the Wednesday press conference, and Nagy's not even supposed to talk on Wednesdays, according to the Bears PR department, because they made that that schedule at the beginning of the year. So fast forward now, or rewind to Wednesday. Fast forward from the beginning. Rewind. They're fucking like I'm broken. Like they're breaking.
You're scarred a little bit.
They're breaking me. So rewind to Wednesday to the press conference, and absolutely nothing was said. There's just all like just word vomit everywhere. Like, who I want to hear from is the guy who actually fucking put this team together, Ryan Pace. I want to hear from him. Players are frustrated, and poor Allen Robinson. That guy. Listen to the part of this. Listen to the part of Allen Robinson's press conference.
How hard is it for you to bounce back from these games? It's got to be frustrating.
I just go out there and again try to assess the tape. Try to figure out where I can get better at. Like I said before, one thing that I always look at on the film the next day is my game speed, my play speed, how was I in and out of my breaks and stuff like that. It's always a play or two that you feel like that you could get back throughout the course of the game. But, other than that, how I watched the tape and how I was moving around, getting in and out of my cuts, I thought that was where I want to be at. So it's just about trying to just maximize my opportunities.
That does not sound like somebody who is happy to be there at all.
His first response, though, immediately when he went, the poor guy is evaluating his breaks out of his cuts, which is fine. Like I get that you're supposed to do that as
you're a receiver. That's fine. Yeah.
I get that. But when that's something that's the only thing that you're looking at as one of the top 3 salary hits, and that only has 10 catches for 80-something yards this year. So that's a good game for him. Like, that should be a great game. That's a good game for a receiver. This guy has that after 3 games.
Yeah.
And then, to make matters worse, you have a tight end who is not practicing yesterday because it was a Veterans Day off, who was another salary cap hit.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, and only 2 targets this year. Yeah. Oh.
But we've collaborated.
They've collaborated. And then your third string quarterback is your other cap hit, or largest cap hit of this season. So you have 3 guys who have the largest cap hits against your team this year, having virtually not their fault, but having 0 impact on this team. And that's not even talking about Eddie Goldman, who finally practiced a full practice today. And that's
Look
not
at that.
I know, right? There's a guy that finally wants to be there, I guess. And then you also have Tariq Cohen, who had a second knee surgery that wasn't talked about. And
wait, he had another knee surgery?
At the beginning of the year, yeah. He had some kind of arthroscopic thing, for his.
Oh, okay.
But He's not. I don't even know if he's on IR or not. Like I haven't looked at that.
He's on PUP.
He is on PUP. So week 6, would he be eligible to come off of it?
Yes.
Honestly, it's disappointing. There's nothing that's been said. I want to hear from Ryan Pace because I think that we're going to end up improving. And Ted talks to me, but I'm the one that makes the decisions. We evaluate Matt Nagy based on whatever premises that we think is an accurate gauge of the things that are happening with our organization. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of making fun of it. I'm tired of being a joke. You're a charter franchise. Get your shit together. Shut the fuck up. And let's actually have some positivity. Let's have some good stuff going on. I'm tired as a fan sitting here dreading sports talk radio in Chicago when I'm driving to work. And it's just disappointing. And the biggest positive is a future building that we don't even know about and we don't even haven't even seen. That's the thing.
But hey, you predicted it.
I did predict it. I did tell you. Remember, I even did a scenario of
you told a beautiful story.
Beautiful story of Thanksgiving. All right, so we can do it again. All right, let's do it again.
Picture this.
Picture this. It's Thanksgiving, 2026. Bears, Packers. MJ Hurley and Coach Bruce are chilling by the not the fire. Let's go the smoker, waiting for our turkey to be finished. And then we have Richie walking up with the mashed potatoes and some brats. With some beer, of course. We need beer, Richie. Thank you.
We do.
We look to our right. We see beautiful George Halas Stadium in Arlington Heights in all of its glory, ready to go. And we witness the Chicago Bears playing the Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love versus Justin Fields. Bum, bum. All right, we're done. But
beautiful.
Thank you. But the nice thing is, though, that's the only thing the Bears fans have right now. Because the product on the field is shit. But we get to think to ourselves, okay, so from the show that we did previously when I did my original story time, which by the way at the time was much better. The one thing about it that's good is I can only compare it like I did then to the Chicago Cubs. You get but this is still, we're still waiting on this too. You need a new owner. You still need a new owner because you got to get rid of that the whole hierarchy that they have there is trash. It's not working for them. So you get the new owner, you get the stadium, you get the quarterback, everything's going to change. You have 2/3 of that. You have 2/3 of it. You need to put somebody in charge of that team that's in charge of the football operations that knows what the fuck they're doing. Not Ted Phillips. Ted Phillips knows absolutely not. He's an accountant. Good job. You did a great job working with the money stuff for Arlington Heights. Keep doing that. Keep doing that part. You're not evaluating football talent. You're not a part of any of the football meetings. You're not a part of any of the football stuff. You are an accountant. Be an accountant and shut the hell up. All right? That's it. Leave it over there. Richie, cut that. I felt good about that one. And we can post that on Reddits and all that stuff. But keep your ass over here, okay? That's fine. All right? After that, you pull someone in. Get Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning's doing an awesome job. Tangenting. Peyton Manning's doing a great job on Monday Night Football. Did you see Eli doing the double bird, by the way, on ESPN? He had to apologize for it. It was great.
Yep.
Good for you, Eli. Do more double birds.
Proud of him.
Yeah, good job. Disney Network. Disney. But genuinely, though, I really think that they need to move away from the setup that they have in the front office. Put someone in there such as, Stop Tap. Really? That's hilarious. That's his
I like that guy.
That's his thing. Anyway, what they need to do is change the hierarchy. Put someone in there in the front office that knows what the fuck that they're doing. And get rid of Ted Phillips, let him do accounting or fucking numbers crunching, and bring in a Peyton Manning, bring in Louis Riddick, bring in somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. That's my biggest thing.
The only reason Peyton Manning would never do it is he's going to make so much money doing TV for the rest of his life. There's no way in which I see him doing anything within an organization. It's just not going to happen.
Dude, money talks, man.
So, if you can pay Peyton Manning more than ESPN is paying him, by all means, go for it. But if you're shelling a bunch of money into a new stadium now, the Bears are not going to be able to do it. And there are very few teams in the NFL that I think would pay him that much money.
Ooh, I like that.
I do like that.
I was about to say,
honestly, I think by the time he works for ESPN for about 10 years, he might have that kind of money. I could see.
Who says it wouldn't be the whole like the Manning family going in on it?
I was just gonna say, hear me out. Peyton, Eli, and their dad,
Archie.
Wait, is it the kid now that's Arch, or is he Archie Jr.?
I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know, because there's the kid that's supposed to be the top quarterback prospect in whatever year.
Oh, like the nephew or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, his nephew.
Yeah. He's
whatever.
Stud. He's like what is he? Like a freshman?
He is.
Sophomore?
Yeah, he's a kid quarterback. I don't know.
He's a kid quarterback.
Is Richie? Yeah, the kid is Arch.
Evaluation of MJ. He's a kid quarterback. Look at that kid quarterback over there.
That kid, look at that kid go. Look at it throw. Look at him run. Look at him toss. Okay, anyway. But no, legitimately, I could see the Manning family as an ownership group.
Yeah.
I would like that. Or is Elway going to give up control of the Broncos anytime soon? No.
No, why would he? Why would he? He has too much.
No,
but he won a Super Bowl with that. Two Super Bowls? Did he win 2 Super Bowls?
I think so. And then he won one as a. No, he didn't win one. They went to the Super Bowl.
He beat the Packers. And I think
we don't need to talk about that.
Anyways,
we don't need to talk about that. That hurts.
Your boy?
What?
Your Packers losing to Elway?
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
It's all good.
We don't need to talk about that.
So, all right. So go back to what I was originally saying real quick before Marquez jumps on with us. I just don't think that the Bears are going to do absolutely anything until they have a structure that that promotes a winning culture, and that's from the top down. Because,
I thought that was the thing, that Matt Nagy was really good in the locker room.
And I did say that, and I don't think that team has turned on him. But I wish I would have given the clip of this. But seeing Nick Foles talking to Andy Dalton on the sideline against the Browns. And you could read his lips, and he says, "This offense doesn't work or isn't working." Did I send you that? I don't even know if you saw.
No,
that.
You didn't.
I should have sent it to you.
Doesn't surprise me.
He was actually he lipped. He's like, he goes to Andy Dalton, like the cameras caught it, and he was flat out like, "This offense isn't working."
Well, yeah, of course it's not working.
And I loved it. I loved it. And why aren't you? Let's go back to this. Like, why the hell are you not saying, like, chipping the ends on that? You're leaving I didn't want to do this, but you're leaving a 39-year-old man that you got out of a freaking fishing boat to fucking block a top 3 pass rusher in the NFL. What are you doing?
And to answer how hard that would be, we're going to have Marquez.
We got to get our commercial. What's up, Marquez? How you doing, man?
What's going on, guys?
Not much, man. Thank you so much for joining us, dude.
Sure, no problem, man.
So, first of all, how do you pronounce your first name so we don't mess it up consistently?
It's Marcus.
Marcus. Oof. Did not guess that. Okay. Marcus, thank you for coming on the show, sir. So first of all, before we get into any nitty-gritty, any drilling you with questions about the NFL right now, give us your football life story.
Yeah, man, I'm from Washington, D.C. I went to St. John's College High School. They're now ranked top 5 high school football team in the country out of Northwest D.C. Went from there to Howard University in 1998, and then I left Howard University after I graduated, and I was drafted to the National Football League in 2003 by Jack Del Rio and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I'm actually still to date the first and only offensive lineman ever drafted from Howard to the National Football League.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
I missed that doing research on you, man.
I did too.
A lot of folks don't know that, but yeah, man, we've had some great guys that have gone to the league from Howard O-line,
Yes.
but nobody's ever been drafted but me. We only had like maybe about 13 to 15 guys drafted, D tackles, quite a few quarterbacks, receivers, a couple of running backs, but it's never been any O-lineman but me.
That's actually really awesome.
Yeah, that's I did not know that. That's very impressive. So once you got into the league, give me the breakdown of your time there.
So I played for Jacksonville, Baltimore, Buffalo, and then I finished up with Tennessee. I enjoyed it, man. It was great. It was great to be in the National Football League for almost 6 years. It's hard, even when you're a lineman, to have that on your body, the stress, the beating up, all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is, and I'm really fortunate that I had a career that I did, because a lot of guys would have wished to get into the National Football League and stay, and I had that privilege, and I have a lot of great memories, great friends, great experiences, saw a lot of parts of the country through my work, and lived in a lot of different places. I've also lived in Glasgow, Scotland for a while, playing NFL Europe, and then I coached NFL Europe and got to see Hamburg and other parts of Germany. So, I got a lot of great experience, for, playing the game of football.
Have you thought about getting back into coaching at all?
Man, that's a great question. Coaching for me, it's just such a time commitment. It's also, man, a really, I don't want to use the word doggy dog, but it's just such a cutthroat business, man. And, you could be somewhere doing a really great job and everything moves along great. The team's not winning, your head coach gets fired, and then from there you have to move on, and it's a lot. You're working a lot, and unfortunately, there's a high divorce rate with coaches because you're not home very often. And I like what I do now as a speaker, coach, consultant, and I enjoy having time at home and being with my family. So I don't see coaching in my future. I just think it's a great skill set. But I just don't think I want to go through all the process.
So what do you do now, Marcus, and how did you get into the speaking and consulting that you just mentioned?
So, right now I'm a national international keynote speaker, executive coach, best-selling author, and consultant. And I got into that, man, actually after I got out of football, and then I got into construction, built this massive 8-figure a year business. I became the largest African-American subcontractor in the city of Baltimore, state of Maryland, for 2 years. But unfortunately, as the company grew, fellas, my ego grew right along with it. And I made some really bad mistakes. I trusted some people that I shouldn't have trusted. And I got taken advantage of, which was all my fault. And I ended up having to spend about $3 million of my money in less than 90 days on the project. And when that project got when that change order work that I was doing got denied by the developer and the contract, they passed it on down the line. I ended up having to file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy in 2013, moved to Raleigh with $400 to my name, and then I ended up working a couple jobs. One at Merrill Lynch, got fired for a couple of months. One was another job at a construction company, got fired for only 5 days. And then I worked as a custodian, man, for $8.25 an hour after an NFL career, after a multi 8-figure business. And I had a rock bottom moment of clarity. And that kind of got me realizing if I don't make a change today, I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. And I said, what the hell, man? Let's start speaking. And so started speaking, but no one told me about the business side of it and how hard it is. And so I just started speaking, and 2.5 years, fellas, not one paid job. And got my first paid job April 2016, and been getting coached on how to get better and better. And I've been doing this now, getting paid for it for the last 5.5 years. Worked for many Fortune 500 companies. I think it's 27 I've worked for in the last 5 years, 5.5 years. NFL teams are my clients. I work with the Bills, with their incoming rookies, and I've done some things with NFL player engagement. One of the guys I actually did some work with, Sam Acho.
Sam, I know.
Yeah.
Yep, Sam's the Bears guy, but Sam's doing really well on ESPN college football. He was actually in my group. He was one of the guys in my group that got to spend some good one-on-one, a good small group coaching time with. And Sam's doing great. So it's great to see guys like that are making those moves. So yeah, man, it was just a lot of things I had to go through, fellas, to get where I'm at today.
Well, honestly, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's actually pretty awesome. Incredible, too. That being said, though, how much does the NFL help players once they leave the league?
Good question, man. So I actually, when I moved to Raleigh, I had $4 to my name. I was bankrupt. I was broke. I was almost homeless. The NFL had just started that year in 2013, the Player Care Foundation, and so it would allow you to get financial, sovereigns if you could prove you had a hardship. And so I ended up, putting my information, my tax returns, my bank account. I mean, I was so embarrassed to even send it in because, like, it was nothing. But I mean, I had nothing, and so I ended up getting that grant from them, and they paid 4 months of my bills to my creditors and to help me with my rent and stuff like that, which allowed me to get back on my feet. So when I was playing, there wasn't a lot of programs like that. But 2013 with the new CBA, they've made some great changes. So you have them, you have the NFL Trust, you have the NFLPA Former Players Association. You've got about, retired alumni. So you've got several different organizations that are out there trying to help former players if the guys are willing to come forward and say they need help.
Right. That makes sense. So I'm gonna shift gears a little bit, kind of on a little bit of a lighter note to you.
Sure.
How much are you? How active are you now on Sundays watching NFL football? And what's the team that's the go-to right now for you, Marques?
Great question, man. From 2013 to probably, man, about 2000, I'll say like 19, I didn't really watch much football. I mean, I enjoyed, Super Bowls, all that type of stuff. But, because my career, after losing everything and then not being able to find my career path, it was hard for me to watch because, I knew the game, loved the game. And it's kind of like, you're trying to hold on to something. I was working other jobs. You want to hold on to something that you love dearly. And now I'll say in the last, 2 years, like 2020 into this season going forward, I watch a lot more football because I'm happy in my career. I know what I'm doing is my calling. And so I enjoy watching the Ravens. The Ravens, drafted my brother. They brought me in after I left Jacksonville, and I played with a lot of great teammates there. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, just name a few. So for me, Baltimore is, great. I actually lived in Baltimore after my career was over. So to me, I enjoyed the Ravens. And of course I got to watch that 66-yard field goal by Justin to win the game. And, again, man, just, a lot of great history in Baltimore, a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches, great area, great city. I mean, I love all the teams I played for, but the one I watch and support most, and it's my team I'm always rooting for, is Baltimore.
That's cool.
That field goal was ridiculous. That was.
It was. I was like, yeah. I have a feeling like when I saw him hit it, I'm like, wow, this is actually straight enough, and it looks like it's long enough. But like when it hit the upright, I was like, okay, I guess game over. And then it bounced over. I was like, wow, that's just insane.
It's okay, Marques. You can use the word doink. It's doink.
It's whatever you want, doink, boink. It was awesome. And I was like, yes. And so it was great for me, man. I have a few friends of mine who are Detroit fans, so be able to kind of give them a little bit of a nudge. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, Marques, before we get into some NFL career stories real quick, I'm just curious, what was your first speaking gig?
My first one that I ever did, non-paid, was for the Raleigh Boys and Girls Club of North Carolina, and that was in 2013. Mr. Ralph Capps, who was the CEO at the time of the Raleigh, North Carolina Boys and Girls Club, gave me an opportunity. And my grandfather was a Boys and Girls Club volunteer for over 6 decades of his life. So for me, that was a huge honor to be able to carry on his legacy and make that my first ever speaking engagement. But again, it wasn't paid, but I got a testimonial letter, and it at least made me realize that if I learn how to do this properly, maybe I could have a career in this.
Wow. I like it.
That's
Bruce.
absolutely incredible. That's absolutely incredible. My question cannot compare to that.
What can I say, Bruce? What can I say?
Because MJ knew right away what I was going to go into. He's like, before we go into stories about the NFL or your history with everything. But no, I was going to ask you though, how was it in that Ravens locker room though? How was it working with seeing Ed Reed, seeing Ray Lewis? How were those guys in that locker room?
Oh, they were great. I mean, I've known Ray since I was 15 when my brother and him were drafted the same year. A lot of people don't know my brother was the first Ravens pick in NFL hit of their history. Then Ray was number 2. So I got a chance to know Ray for a long time. I met Ed when I was in college. I got a chance to go to the Ravens practices and watch things one-on-one, up close. Get in the locker room, talk to guys, and really have that experience of knowing how to help me become a better football player. I got a chance to get really close to guys like Orlando Brown, Jeff Blackshear, Tony Siragusa, Sam Adams. It was just amazing. And for me to be able to go and play and be teammates with some guys, like I was a teammate of Sam Adams, with Buffalo, and to carry that on was awesome because it was really interesting that I was able to do so and kind of get things going in that regard.
Have you gotten any tips from Ray Lewis about speaking engagements?
I have to say, love Ray to death, man. Ray has a ton of passion, a ton of energy when he speaks, and he's really, really great with that message. And I try to focus on, it's kind of like he reminds me a little bit of Eric Thomas, and Eric's got a great message himself, but Eric's a smaller guy. And so for me, man, I don't want to be up there yelling and screaming. Like, I'm sitting between 6'5" and 6'6". Like, I don't want to be up there like yelling, screaming, like all type of stuff, like scaring the hell out of people. So, that doesn't work for me, but it does work for some. So everybody's got their own flavor.
So going up against Ray in practice, he ever just run you over?
No, actually, I remember one time hitting Ray in practice and knocking him down.
Let's go.
And helping him up. And I told him, and I was like, man, you all right, man? Because you don't want to like knock your players, they're good players out. Even as training, he said, man, I remember him telling me, man, little O, that's my brother's big O. He said, man, look, when you're playing football out here, just try to make each other better. Like, it wasn't like, I was like, oh, I got Ray. It wasn't anything like that. It was more like you compete to the whistle, and then once it was over, you have a respect for a teammate, want to make sure he's okay because you need that guy going into battle. I think that's what I feel is lost today. I mean, the game today is I don't say it's softer. It's just it's a lot more reserved. And then I think when guys do make I'm seeing a lot of, and I never understood why guys and teams have inter squad scrimmages like. You're asking for fights. You're asking for for guys to punch each other in the face. You're asking for guys to fight after the whistle. It's like you're going to play a team, but you're going to practice against them all week. Like then that kind of takes out the fun of like getting to study film and knowing them. So it's like I don't know. I just kind of feel weird about that because I think you're instigating a lot of things beyond the whistle that I don't think it really need to have.
So are you more of an advocate of scrimmaging other teams, like say the Titans coming into Baltimore to do like a scrimmage in practice, like a kind of a controlled scrimmage instead of like having a preseason game? Or are you a fan of the preseason games more?
Oh, well, without doubt, the preseason game, because in the preseason game, the quarterback can get hit. It's no holds barred, and I feel that's why you see a lot of injuries today versus back when we played, because we would hit all the time. And yeah, it sucks and your body hurts, but your body gets conditioned to hitting to some degree. Now you can go overboard, which some coaches did, but I think it's 16 padded practices a year is what it is, something like that. And there's no way you can get the timing down as a player, especially an O lineman, how to time it. Like, hitting shells, not the same as hitting pads. Like, it's not the same. And, getting like the full on bull rush and getting used to that with the pads on and how to take that on, how to anchor and sit. that's why you see a lot of offensive linemen I feel struggle today, because the D linemen I feel have the advantage when you can't hit in practice, get your body adjusted, and then you go out and want to play, and then your body's going through all that really fast pace, really big hitting, and then your body starts to break down.
So Marcus, I
keep doing it, MJ. I'm sorry.
The only reason I cut you off, Bruce, because Marcus has 5 minutes before he has to go put his daughter to bed, so I don't want to disrespect your time. 2 questions that I know Bruce and I love hearing, especially from any lineman. First of all, tell us real quick about trash talking in the trenches.
Yeah, it's absolutely one of the biggest parts of the game. Like, it's the mental conditioning. They're trying to get you out of your game, get you off your element, get you out of your comfort zone. And a lot of times when you trash talk people, if they don't know how to process it, or they don't know how to not let it get to them, it can really start to get them off even keel. If you get that from a player, you're in a lot better place. So it definitely happens a lot during the game and in practice. And if you're a guy that listens to all that noise, it will throw you off your game.
Best trash talker.
I had this question asked to me earlier today on a podcast, and I'll definitely say I didn't play against him, but I heard and I've seen a lot of stuff. It's John Randall. I mean, John was really great at getting players out of their element by trash talking and barking and all this other stuff he was doing. And it was a mental fortitude of him trying to get you off your game, because he knew he was not the biggest guy on the field, strong and quick, but wasn't the biggest guy. So if you got your hands on him, he was going to have problems. But if you were trying to like punch him too hard, or he was getting you frustrated, you were trying to like jump set him too much, he would use that against you to turn your aggression into a favor for him, and he would come with a great counter move, a great double move, and that's why he got a lot of sacks and a lot of pressure in his career, because he was always one to get guys off their game.
And then the thing we like asking everyone, even though it's week 4, is from everything you've seen so far, give us your Super Bowl matchup and your Super Bowl champion.
Jeez.
Way too early, and
Way
just
too early. Okay.
Our producer Richie will clip this.
From what I've seen, I thought it was going to be Tampa, but in the NFC, I'm leaning more now towards the Rams. Like, they've got a really complete football team, and Stafford, and I was wrong about Stafford. I mean, I thought Stafford was a good quarterback, but I guess it was the surround. I mean, Detroit's 0-3 and Rams are 3-0. So obviously it was something there in Detroit that was kind of, I won't say a Detroit curse, but it was something holding him back. But of course, he has an amazing defense with the Rams, from Aaron Donald to, Jalen Ramsey. They've got a really solid defense all around. So that's my pick there. And then the AFC, that's a tough one, man. Like, I would have thought it was Kansas City, but they've shown, they can be beat, and they can be beat by teams that don't have the talent they do. So in the AFC, it's kind of a toss-up. You've got potentially Baltimore, you've got potentially Buffalo, you've got potentially Kansas City, I think we'll find a way to get back to some sort of keel. But it's interesting, man. It's an interesting matchup. So I'm not sure the AFC, but I would say Baltimore, Buffalo. Those are the lead, especially the way Buffalo's been playing. Buffalo's gonna dominate the AFC East for many years to come.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna dominate it. So I really believe Buffalo is going to be, especially get a couple more little small pieces here or there. They're going to have some really, and again, they're young all across the board, the major spots. Cornerback Tre'Davious White, linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, Josh Allen, and quarterback, and then Deion Dawkins left tackle. I don't think anybody's over the age of 26. In any of those.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So when you got those kind of key guys that are perennial starters at that age, and they have stuck together and grown together, then I think you've got a real good thing coming your way. So Buffalo, that's why I'm going to go with Buffalo. over Baltimore. And Buffalo's a client of mine. I love watching the Bills, and I've mentored guys like Tre'Davious and Tremaine, and for my talks there as a speaker, and they're all great guys. And you also know you don't see a lot of any type of off the field issues going on in Buffalo because they've done a really nice job there. So I think Buffalo is going to probably be my pick out of the AFC, and I'm going to say the Rams, out of the NFC.
So Marcus has 2 straight years the home team Super Bowl champion then, because this year's Super Bowl is at SoFi in LA.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like it. I agree. I can't talk too much about the Rams and predictions because I do some stuff for them for SI, so I can't go too crazy. But no, I agree. I like that, Marcus. I like it.
Hey, man, I think it's interesting. I think it's just interesting how it works out that way. So I think it's going to be a good spot, a good thing, and we'll kind of just go from there.
Solid. Well, Marcus, thank you very much, sir, for joining us this evening. We appreciate your time, wisdom, storytelling. We'll definitely have to have you back.
Appreciate it, MJ. Coach Bruce, thanks a lot, man. Y'all have a good night, fellas. Talk to y'all soon.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
All right.
See ya. Oh, we got Big Bruce over there.
Oh,
Look
hey,
at that.
That's fine. We can see the.
Oh.
No, honestly, that was great. I would have loved to have him back on, so that way we're going back. Oh man, thanks, Richie. I would love to have him back on at some point to have a few more. I have a few more questions about.
Oh yeah.
His thoughts, or like his brother, like his mentor growing up, and all that stuff. But no, it was great. Like you could totally tell, like he speaks. He's a great speaker.
That man is a speaker.
You could tell 100%.
For sure.
Hi, MJ. We gotta start clipping or taking notes on who we end up picking for bets during the course.
You're right, Richie.
Because,
clip this. Take notes.
Wow.
Do producer thing.
Richie, can you please help us out with this? I'm not the same way MJ is. I'm just gonna say, can you please?
Yay, more work. Oh, calm down.
I love it. All right, so real quick, I did some homework. All right. Well, the game's going on right now, so I mean, whatever. But I got the Bengals.
I don't know what's going on. So my pick today was the Bengals.
Yeah, same. My
that was my pick today. I have no idea what's going on in the game. Because I picked them, they're probably losing. Bengals down 7-0, end of the first. Solid.
Go figure. I picked the Bengals.
Love to see that. Okay. So we have.
Are you
going to do it, or am I going to do it?
You can do it. That's fine. Go ahead.
I'll do it. Okay. Who could be watching a football game during third down Thursdays?
I like it.
You're right. So first we have the Washington football team against the Atlanta Falcons. Washington on the road, favored by 1. Who you got?
I have the Falcons.
You have the Falcons, really?
I have the Falcons.
I do not. I have Washington winning and covering, obviously.
Although I will say my reach last week was actually not that bad.
No, that's true. That's true. I'd buy that for $1. There you go.
Nice little RoboCop reference right there. I'll buy that for $1. Hey, you guys need to know who that is. I'd be pretty impressed. If you guys that are watching on Twitch know who that is, please.
I'm too young. I have no clue what that was. But
Richie, you know what that was, right?
Well, yeah, Richie made the reference. Of course he knows.
I know, but like he may know like the reference, but he may not know the actual movie. Great movie. Anyway,
he says yes. Texans Bills in Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 17.
Texans Bills. I got Buffalo, obviously, and they're favored by 17.
Do you think that Josh Allen will thrash them that much? I'm pretty sure they're still starting Davis Mills.
So
long neck looking boy.
Obviously, I bet the Bills, but 17 points is a lot of points in the NFL.
I'll give it to him.
All right,
I'll go for it. I'll give him 17.
I'll go 17, but 17 points is a lot of fucking points.
That is a lot of points, but I'm giving it to him.
That's like the back in the day having a 25-cent pitcher of beer and being like, damn, that's a lot of beer for 25 cents. I mean, I'll drink it.
Anyway, Lions traveling to Soldier Field in Chicago.
I got the Bears. At the Bears.
Bears favored by 3. I have the Lions
winning
and covering.
Wow. I have the Bears winning and covering.
I have zero faith. This went really well last week when I said I have zero faith in the Green Bay Packers. So, Bruce, you should feel good. I have zero faith in the Chicago Bears to do anything. When you're trying to decide between 3 quarterbacks, you thought the game plan was bad last week. It's going to be the worst play calling you have ever seen out of the Chicago Bears. I don't even care who's playing calls.
I don't know. Honestly, when your job's to get when you're back to the corner and your job is on the line, you damn sure better take all the measures, pull all the fucking tricks out of the bag, do what you got to do, and have.
But the Lions have also played. The Lions have played some very good football against the Packers, against the Ravens, against the 49ers.
Last of the roster, the Bears have a better roster. I'm going to take the Bears and points.
And the Bears have way more dysfunction. Anyway, Panthers.
Same thing when I think about the Packers.
Yeah, that's true. Panthers on the road against the Cowboys. Dallas favored by 4 at AT&T Stadium. I am 100%. Yeah, he's a homer. It's fine.
So are you.
I was going to own being a homer. I was like, yeah, you're right.
I am too. I actually bet against the Bears last week.
Panthers are going to get just smashed.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I got the Cowboys.
They're 3-0 against 3 teams who are combined 0-9.
Talk about a team smoking
fan.
mirrors. Talk about a team
Exactly.
smoking mirrors. I agree. Yeah.
Yes. Dallas favored by 4. I'll give them 7.
I'd hit that. I would bet on that and hit that now before that line goes up higher.
Yes. Colts on the road at Hard Rock Stadium against the Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 1.5, even only at home. So you have the Dolphins?
I have the Dolphins.
I'm going to go Colts.
Fair.
I think Carson Wentz and his duly sprained ankles will survive.
Duly sprained.
He sprained both of his ankles.
I know. We talked about it last week. A high ankle and a regular rolled.
Cleveland Browns on the road against the Minnesota Vikings, Bruce? There
Vikings
you go.
are favored, aren't they?
Vikings are not favored.
No.
Browns are favored by 2.
Oh, by 2. Okay. No, I got the Browns winning this game.
I have the Browns winning cover. Although I will say this is the weird type of game the Vikings would win just to make people think that they're okay.
I thought that week. No, that was last week. That was last week.
That was last week against. Yeah, that's true. You're right. Okay, they'll get destroyed. Yeah. Speaking of getting destroyed, the New Orleans Saints welcome the New York Giants to the Superdome for the first home game for New Orleans this year. Saints favored by 7. First game back at home. I'd give them 14. The Giants are so bad.
I'm going to go Saints. Well, hopefully. Okay, so here's the thing, though. I still have Saquon Barkley in my fantasy. I'm probably going to trade his ass. But
probably, yeah.
So I'm going to get something for his name. Anyway, no, I got the Saints, and I got them covering.
Speaking of good fantasy running backs, we have the Titans going on the road to East Rutherford, New Jersey, playing the New York Jets. Titans only favored by 6.5, which I think is a little low in my opinion.
Vegas knows what they're doing, though.
No, they don't. I disagree. Well, yeah, they do. Whatever.
If you bet on this, all right. So if you bet on this, you have to. If you bet on this game, you have to post it. Now that you've said that.
Okay, I'll go.
Just take a screenshot.
I have on my account.
And then Richie, make sure you grab that shit, and then we can fucking
hold up. I will go. Whatever is in my FanDuel account right now, I will go put on Titans. I think it's $9 actually.
It's like the SpongeBob thing. I have $3.
Hold up, I have $9.03. I'm going to go put that on Titans minus 6.5. $9.03, not $900. I'll put $9. It would win me $7 back. Place bet.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Oh wait, you bet the spread. You should have bet the spread.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That's all it gave you back. Usually, the spread gives you more. Usually, it goes to 1-1.
I don't know. But that's what I did it. So Richie, clip it. And on Sunday, when the Titans absolutely curb stomped the Jets, Zach Wilson looks even worse than he's looked all year against a terrible Titans defense. Julio Jones is going to go for 200.
All right, next game.
Easy. Chiefs, Eagles in Philadelphia. Chiefs have something to prove. Line is Kansas City -7.
Yeah,
I'll give it to them.
I got
not
Kansas
betting
City
against
winning,
the Chiefs.
and I think the Eagles cover.
Okay, that's fair. My favorite game of the week, personally, 3-0 Cardinals, 3-0 Rams at SoFi. Rams are favored by 4, so it's essentially a pick 'em.
The
That
Cardinals
is
are good, dude, and that's a team
Yes.
like Kyler Murray's been going off this year.
yes, 2
That
MVP candidates, Kyler Murray and Matthew Stafford. That is a game that will be the game.
I got the Rams. I got the Rams.
I agree.
And I got the Rams, and I have the Cardinals covering because I think it's going to be a field
Same.
goal.
Yes, I agree. Then we have the other NFC West game. Seahawks 49ers. 49ers at home favored by 2.5. I am giving this to the Seahawks.
This one was tough for me.
The two NFC West games.
I didn't even pick this game yet, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go 49ers.
Okay.
49ers.
That's fair. Then we have Packers, Steelers at home in Green Bay. Packers favored by 6.5. Ben Roethlisberger did not throw a pass further than 5 yards the other day. Even if Kevin King plays,
he would be ideal.
He would be an ideal
Chicago Bears quarterback.
True, but I'm excited because even if Kevin King comes back, he's in concussion protocol. Even if he does come back, he can't get burned because Roethlisberger can't throw the football. It's perfect.
Roethlisberger's terrible.
Perfect. Kevin King pass breakup by Stokes that would have been a 27-yard gang if King was there. Just saying. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure Kevin King is a great guy. I'm sure he's a great person. Just as a football player, I never want him back on the field for the Packers again.
He will never.
So,
ever this.
I'm assuming you have Packers winning and covering.
Yes.
Okay. Ravens, Broncos.
Ravens,
Broncos. Broncos favored. Actually, the line is even.
It's in Denver.
Yes, it's even.
I got Broncos just because they're home.
I have Ravens. I don't think the Broncos are legit.
Ooh.
I don't think the Broncos are legit.
I think the Broncos.
And then we have the puke game of the week.
Oh, stop.
Tom Brady returns to New England.
All right, so real quick, I want to go on. Okay, so the one thing I'll 100% agree with you on is this. There is no reason why this game should be claimed to be the most anticipated regular season game in history. That is a absolutely terrible take. You had back in the day, you had the Cowboys and 49ers that would play in a regular season game in the 90s that was more anticipated than this. You had Manning versus Brady, which was more anticipated than this. I don't give a shit. I don't care about this game. I'll watch it because it's like, oh, it's kind of cool because like Belichick wants to like out coach Brady and be like, go fuck yourself, and Brady wants to be like, hey, go F yourself, Belichick. I don't need you. He basically already did that winning the Super Bowl. So that being said, I don't care. It's terrible that it's called the game of all time regular season games. It's stupid. So that being said, I think the Buccaneers go in and put a whomping on the Patriots.
The only reason I'm going to watch it is because it's Sunday Night Football. If this was a normal matchup, like if this was at noon, no, not going to watch it. So Tampa win, cover. I don't even care what the line is. They're going to smash them. Whatever. Very interesting game to me, in my opinion. Raiders Chargers Monday Night Football. Chargers favored by 3 at SoFi in LA.
Chargers by like 30.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I don't know what it is about.
Not a fan of the Raiders, huh?
I cannot stand the fucking Raiders. And please, hey, Richie, post this shit. Raider fans, I don't like you. The black hole's bullshit. Bears fans are way better. Packer fans are way better. Cowboy fans are way better. Bye. Shut up. Done. Come at me. I don't give a fuck.
I can't top that. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't think that I find the Raiders annoying. I think Gruden's a freaking like a big baby. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's it. I like David Carr though. David Carr is a stud.
You right?
I do like David Carr. David Carr is an absolute beast.
Fair.
That was kind of extreme.
Bruce.
Maybe don't clip that.
No, clip it, send her out. But yeah,
Bears beat the Raiders. Watch.
That's Bruce. That's not gonna happen. I just want to let you know that. But yeah, another good show, another week. Victory Thursday for the Packers, not so much for the Bears, but that's okay.
This is a sorrow Thursday for the Bears. It's victory because they got that stadium deal. Well,
true. So semi-victory Thursday for Chicago. But yeah, another successful week. Another good interview.
We got some stuff coming on down the road. Hey guys, so just real quick, those of you that know David Haw from Radio 670 Score in the Mornings, he's jumping on with us very soon. We're finalizing the date. Who else we got coming down the pipeline? MJ, who else we got?
Oh gosh, let's see.
I know I put him under the bus right there. My bad. Sorry, buddy.
No, it's fine. I have to just look at who's actually confirmed. Possible very big guest for next week, not confirmed yet. Chucky Okobi is confirmed for, I believe, the 28th of October. That will be
Rob Schaefer. Sorry, go ahead.
He's just 8-year NFL veteran, Super Bowl champion. So we'll have him on end of October. We'll have Rob on at some point whenever he can get in here with the NBA season starting. Trying to do some big things for our final week, or our Bears-Packers week. I will be in person with Bruce.
In person. And we might have our producer in person too. And
True.
a small chance, but we'll try to do it. We might be live at a bar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So that being
said,
that
would be even better.
How crazy would that be? So hey, if we're live at a bar, y'all better come out. Just saying.
True.
Bring your asses out too.
Yeah. Come talk to Bruce.
MJ's getting it now.
All right. Well, another good show. Congratulations, Bruce. We have a big month of October coming. October was our biggest month last year. So we do big things in October. I don't know why. That's just how we do it.
I don't know.
That's just how we do it.
We'll keep building. We got to have a big – all right, whatever. We'll talk later.
Whatever. Thank you for watching. Shout out to Discover Peoria. Shout out to Richie. Shout out to Marcus. This has been Third Down Thursdays. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next week.
MJ, go fuck yourself.